Okay, welcome to Head Kick Audio. I have the pleasure of speaking with Talon, the Talent Glasser, who's going to be competing at RUF 41 on June 20th over at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. Fights with audience. Okay, so there's going to be butts in seats. You're making your pro debut, buddy. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time coming. I've been training in martial arts for many years, so it'd be good to get paid for it now.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, I saw your last fight against Rivas over at the Valiant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know this kid's got some skills, and I'm glad to see you finally go pro too, man.
Good, man. I appreciate that. I've been training with some really good people for a long time, so it's my time now.
Absolutely. Training out of the MMA lab. Who's been getting you ready for this fight specifically?
Marcus McGee's always my man. He's my best bud. He's always in my corner. Casey Kenny, Mario Batista, Sean O'Malley. Dude, I've been giving them rounds for all their UFC fights. So I've had a long camp getting them ready, and now it's my camp. So I've had rounds with all of them. So and we're all 35ers on the come up. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. Yeah. Marcus is the shit. I really like that kid.
Yeah, man, he's such a good guy in the ring, outside, crazy life, such a good, humble dude. Couldn't ask for a better friend.
Yeah, such a powerful motherfucker, ain't he?
Yeah, scary man, scary guy, dude. Makes me nervous sometimes, having to deal with that. I'm glad we're on the same team.
For sure. Okay, so now you're making your pro debut at Bantamweight. The last time I saw you compete, I believe it was at flyweight, correct?
Yeah, it was a catch weight because it was 2 weeks notice, but yeah, 25 is what I usually compete at. I'm just getting a little bit bigger. I think it's been about a year and a half, 2 years since I fought. I'm starting to become a man. Get a man body. Turning into some muscle, and I have a lot of room to grow. So I'm going to take advantage of the ability to grow and get stronger rather than go down in weight.
Okay, well, I like that trend. I'd rather see guys go up than go down, unless they can comfortably make the weight. And when I say comfortably, I mean literally. They have to be able to do it comfortably. I hate when guys go down and, it's just a fucking, the whole camp is the weight cut.
Yeah, and I made 25s, but it was a cut and it was never fun, and now that I'm getting paid, I think being healthy and feeling fast and strong is going to be better, having just a few pounds to get off and competing with these guys who are in the UFC right now and dealing with their power and their strength. I know I'm ready to deal with what I'm going to have to deal with on June 20th.
For sure, man. I'm fucking pumped. All right, so talk to me about the opponent, Aaron Loya. What does this guy do well that we got to keep an eye on?
I don't know too much about him. He does a lot of spinning stuff from what I've seen. So he's always dangerous. He has 2 knockouts as an amateur where he just caught the guy with some spinning shenanigans, just created some mayhem. So I'm just going to keep some high guard and let him gas himself out because I think he's only been out of the first round, I think, one time. So I'm going to look for a crazy tornado for the first 2 minutes or so, and then I'm going to let my technique shine and let my higher performance come out.
Okay, first time as a pro, so that means you get a full 15 minutes this time out, yeah?
Yeah, it's 15 minutes, so that will definitely be a challenge too, to test myself. But at the lab, dude, we go hard, so we test ourselves at practice more than the cage. So I'll be ready.
Okay, and how long has this camp? When did you start camp for this fight?
It'd be about 6 weeks, probably about after their last event when I knew when we found out when it was when their next show would be. I was getting ready from about then. I knew I'd be on this next card.
For sure. And with this promotion in particular, you're undefeated in the RUF cage.
I am. I've never thought about that, but thanks for throwing that out there. That's really good to know. I know I'm undefeated at Celebrity Theater too, so we're gonna keep that trend. We're gonna keep that trend going.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you were talking about the opponent, how he's very creative and throws a lot of unorthodox techniques. But I've seen you compete. You could get pretty creative yourself, man.
Yeah. I have a really unorthodox style as well, but I don't like to boost up my style too much. I just want to go in there and let him do his thing and me do my thing. So I'm gonna be ready. That's all I can say.
Okay, and then 3 wins via sub. Are we looking for a knockout as a pro in that pro debut?
I consider myself a striker, and I don't have any knockouts on the board on my amateur career. I've had some knockouts and some smokers and some things, but I always consider myself a striker, but it always ends up to the ground. I'm a mixed martial artist at the end of the day. I'm gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna get in there and get the dub. That's so I'm gonna get in there and as fast as I can get out as fast as I can too. So end of the day, I just want to be healthy at the end of it, and I want to get the dub. So whatever comes, comes.
Well, you're finally getting paid, and you don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's been a long time too since I've been in the cage. So I do want to go out there and dust off the rust and really feel my time in there. Because that's why I like to be in there. It's a good feeling being in the cage.
All right, and do you believe in ring rust? Because that was what 2019.
Probably been about 2 years. Yeah. So I, I mean, it can be a thing, I guess, but it's not like I've been taking time off. I've been in the cage, maybe not with the crowd around me, but I've been performing since I.
All right. So before we lost you, we were talking about ring. So is this something that you actively believe in, or you think it's just a matter of getting in the cage and shaking off the cobwebs?
Think more of the second, it can be. I think it's a mindset thing, but I've been training this whole time for this 2 years. I wasn't just sitting on the sidelines. I've been getting people ready. So even though I haven't been having a crowd right there next to me, I've been performing since I've been a young kid, competing at the highest level. So I'm gonna go out there and just do what I do every day, anyways.
And is there any nerves this time out because now the record matters?
A little bit, it's not like other sports where there's a next season. So there is that little bit, but I'm just going to have that belief that I've been doing this for 15, 16 years now, and I'm just going to go continue doing it, Same thing I do every day, and now I'm just going to go and do it in front of some more people.
I got you. And what was the final straw that broke the camel's back? Why did you finally decide to pull the trigger to go pro?
When Crouch thought we were ready, I've listened to Crouch. He's my head coach, and I love him. I'm happy to be there at the labs. He's created champions. He's has multiple people in the UFC. So when he said it was time, I knew it was time.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. I definitely listen to what he's got to say.
Yeah, and he doesn't hold it. He's gonna tell you how he feels too. So I know if he thinks it's time, it's time.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been in his presence, and that guy is as real as it gets. He's no bullshit.
To have him in your corner, it's a different feeling. You hear his voice, it penetrates. You can hear it at home on the TV. I hear it in the cage. So it's really good to have him in your corner. I'm excited.
You ain't the only one, bro. You ain't the only one. I'm very, very, very pumped to see you go pro. Again, you got a fun dance partner in Aaron Loya, so that's going to make things even that much more spicy. And, I don't know if you're originally from here or not, but spicy's kind of Arizona's thing.
Yeah, born and raised, actually, man. So I'll actually really love it here. I'm an outdoors person, so I'm glad to have one of the best gyms in the world right in my backyard.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I have teammates travel all across from the country to come here, so I didn't have to go anywhere.
Yep. It's always easier when it's within reach. You don't have to sacrifice a whole bunch of shit just to further your career. You just basically walk out the front door.
Yeah, exactly. And everything in Arizona is not it's not very far. It's all Phoenix to me. So you know what I mean? Other places, they had cities, and to me, this is all Phoenix. I live in Surprise, but this is Phoenix, Arizona.
For sure. I'm down south. I'm in Tucson, so
Okay, yeah.
it's a bit of a drive, but
That one's a little bit. That might be where we say that's the next city or town, you know. But it's good to drive 30 minutes and have one of the best gyms in the world right here.
for sure, 100%. Well, the pro debut takes place June 20th over at the Celebrity Theater. So that's going to be Father's Day. So if you're a father and you're watching this and you want to support Talon, live out his dreams, happy Father's Day, and go check out that pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, code T Glasser, all caps.
All right, there it is. So I want to ask you two things before we get to the the shout outs. One, outside of fighting, what are some things that you like to do?
I'm an avid hiker, you know. I go up north a lot and
Hell yeah.
go on crazy hikes and explore Arizona. You know, most people think Arizona is just a giant desert, but a lot of beautiful things out here, man. And then I'm also pretty big into shooting. You know, it's a little expensive to do right now, so I look at that as another martial arts and something I really pick up after fighting's over too.
Right on, right on. And then my next question that I got for you. Now, nobody gets out of an interview with me without answering this. Okay. After Jeff Way raises or calls your name as the winner over at RUF 41, what are you having for a victory meal?
That's a good question, man. You know, this is the first time I not cutting to 25. My cut hasn't been too bad. So, you know, probably some late night pizza and wings, you know, right after, just the easy go-to. But, you know, I haven't had too many cravings this time. I'm not going to lie. I've had a really good weight cut and a really good camp. So going to 35 is going to be one of the best moves for me, I think.
For sure. Now, is there a spot in particular? Because remember, somebody's going to be up there.
Nothing in particular, actually, man. Whatever's gonna be open that day, but then the next day, probably Lucky's Pizza down the road from my house.
I could get with that. Well, I don't know if I'm the commentator with Ed West, so
okay, good.
I will literally be cage side while you're making your debut, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Good, man. I'm excited that you're excited. You know, it pumps me up to have fans there, and it's gonna be a show. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and this card is fucking ridiculous. I seriously don't know how RUF keeps doing it, but it seems like every card is the biggest card, and they just keep getting better. And you know they're signing pro debuts like yourself, and they're not shitty pro debuts. They're not guys that went 0-5. You know what I mean? They're guys that put in work in the sport at the gym, perform on the night. You know what I mean? I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked.
Arizona has a great mixed martial arts scene. It's only going to get bigger, you know. So I'm excited. You know, these next few years is going to be really good for not only me but the whole sport of MMA.
For sure. Well, represent Arizona well on the 20th. Now, before I let you go, would you like to thank any training partners, coaches, sponsors, management, whatever?
I'm just going to give a shout out to the MMA Lab, of course, John Crouch, Marcus McGee. They're going to be in my corner. You know, shout out to all my other teammates, and I'm excited, man.
Right on, right on. Well, let's see, what is today? Thursday. So we're a little less than a week and a half from the fight. So safe travels to that scale first. I'll be seeing you there as well. Okay. And then, the following night you get in there, you do your thing, collect a W, and, just fucking go have fun, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. That's what it's all about, dude. Just going out there and having fun. If I didn't have fun doing this, I wouldn't be doing it, you know. So go out there and perform.
Absolutely, man. Well, like I said, we'll be seeing you in a few. All right.
All right, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Take it easy.